Okay guys, so today let's talk about what is a practical trend and a technical trend. Okay, so for suppose the market is making a higher high here. So if the market is making a higher high, the market is in an uptrend according to SMC. Okay, so let's suppose assume that the market is in an uptrend here. Okay, so here the market is moving in an uptrend. Okay, so this will be our higher high here. This will be the higher high, and then this will be the inducement. This is the inducement level. This is the inducement. Okay, so these are higher high. So these are higher high. So below the inducement, we can consider taking order block. This will be our decisional order block. Okay, suppose we have an order block here. Okay, so now if we look at the structure of the market right now, technically the market is moving in an uptrend right now. Okay, it's technically in an uptrend, but if the market comes and mitigate this order block or inducement, and then if we get any confirmation from this level, we can expect the market to go up, and then we can trade till to our target. Okay, so this is technically okay. So however the market come and mitigate this inducement order block, but this inducement and order block did not able to hold our the market. Okay, and then it has a breakout like this to the inducement or to the order block. The market technically it's still in an uptrend. Okay, it's still in an uptrend here, but then the market did not, this order block did not able to hold, and then the market went down in this way. Okay, so let's suppose assume that this is our change of character. So technically the market is going in an uptrend, but if we look at this price, it is going in a downtrend. Okay, it is going in a downtrend. So here all this structure is technically in an uptrend. Okay, it's in an uptrend, but if we look at to the right side here, the market is practically going in a downtrend. So this is practically going in a downtrend, and this is technically going in an uptrend. Okay, so here if we have the change of character level here, so sometimes the market can just give a breakout sweep, and then it can directly went up as well. Okay, it can went up, or sometimes it can give a change of character as well. Okay, so this price is indicating that the market wants to go down. Okay, even though it's technically in an uptrend. Okay, so we can take, if the market respect the bullish gap, so we can go with the buyers, but if the market is respecting the bearish gap, we can go with the sellers. As well, even though technically the trend is in an uptrend. Okay, so that's about the technically and practical of the market. Okay, so suppose, let me also just give you an example here. Okay, so the market came down to this order block, it mitigated, and then it went up. Okay, for suppose the market mitigated this order block, and then it went up here. So we have discussed this, the extreme fair value gap will be our target, or this swing will be our target. Okay, so this one will be our target. Okay, so the market here traded, for suppose the market, okay, so wait. Okay, so the market here created a gap here. Okay, so if the market went up here, if the market is going up here, okay, so it has reached our target, and then if there is a gap here, let's say for suppose this is the fair value gap here. So if the market wants to go up to the further direction, the market can come and mitigate this gap, and then it will move to the upper direction. But then, however, that does not happen, and then after reaching this target, the market came down. Okay, so it from a bearish. Okay, so without respecting the bullish gap, so the market went down here, and then it went down here, the market went down here. So instead of this bullish gap, did not respect that, which also indicates that the buyers are becoming weak, and then it created the bearish gap, which is given some signs of reversal that the market wants to go down. Okay, so here it has created the bearish gap here. So it has created the gap here. This is the bearish gap here. Okay, so this is the gap here. So let's assume that there is also some bullish gap here. Okay, bullish gap. So the market after reaching to this, after reaching to this gap, bullish gap. Okay, so yeah, after reaching to this bullish gap, if the market wants to move up to the upper direction, then it should have created the bullish gap. Bullish gap, and then it can move up. Okay, but then however that does not happen, and then if the market want to move up, it can create a bullish gap and then move up. But if and then okay, this is the gap here. This is the gap here. The market went and mitigated this gap, and then if it got a rejection from this bearish gap, and then okay, so let me just put this in the green color for so the market just went up and got rejection, and then it came back, it got rejection again. Okay, and then created a bearish gap, suppose. Okay, so it can be like this. Okay, so it created the bearish gap again here. Okay, so it created a bearish gap here. So if you look at the price here, it's making a higher high. Technically the market is in an uptrend, so we have the change of character suppose here. Okay, around at this level. So see the inducement has been mitigated, the market went up, got rejection from here. If the market want to go up, it can also come and mitigate this gap and then give another gap, but this bullish gap did not respect it, and then it had a breakout here. So this bullish gap also not respected, and then after getting rejection from the bearish gap, the market went down, created the bearish gap. Okay, so which means that technically the trend is in an uptrend, but this is an indication that this gap give us the indication. This is the indication that the market wants to move to the downward direction to grab more liquidity or to have a change of character. Okay, so they technically it's practically it's going in a downtrend. Okay, so we can just analyze the market with the gaps, and then we can look at the practical and the technical trend and on how we can take risk. So on the last video we have talked about the targets of the market, and then on how we can take trade with the targets in game. Okay, let's look at the practical trend and the technical trend here. So if you look at the market here, we can just start from here. Okay, so this okay, so it is just break with the wick. So this is just the liquidity shift. If you look at here, it is breakout with the body, so this will be the higher high. This is the higher high, and then so we can take this level as our inducement level. This is the inducement level. Okay, so this is the inducement, and then here this is the higher high here. This is the higher high here, so this will become our inducement. This will become our inducement level here. Okay, so the inducement did not mitigate it so far. So here this is the higher high again. This is the higher high. So after the higher high has been confirmed, this will be the inducement. This pullback will be the inducement level here. This is the inducement. So after mitigation of the inducement, we get our break of structure level. So this is our break of structure level, and then below this inducement we also have a gap here. This is the fair value gap. This is the okay, we have the fair value gap here. Okay, so the market has mitigated the fair value gap, which means grabbing the liquidity. Inducement is the liquidity. Okay, so we can look our trade till to our break of structure here. Okay, so see, technically now it's going in an upper direction here. So see, the break of structure has happened here already. Okay, if you look at here, see, there's a gap created. So you can look for trade here by looking at your target here. We have the break of structure. After the break of structure confirm means we also get our change of character. Okay, so we have the pullback here. This is the inducement here. So this will be the change of character. Okay, so see, and then okay, if you look at this, all this price length, we don't have any pullback in this area, so this is the highest point. So if the candle break this level, we will get our new inducement, but so far we don't have any, so this will remain as our inducement level. Okay, so the market did not mitigate the inducement here, so it has mitigated the inducement here. After mitigating the inducement, this will be the break of structure. This is the break of structure. Okay, this is the break of structure here. So see here, technically the trend is going in an uptrend. If you look at here, this is technically the trend is uptrend now, but see, if you look at the price here, it is somehow practically going in a downtrend. Okay, it is practically going in a downtrend. So see this, if you look at here, this fair value gap, okay, see, this fair value gap did not respect it. It has a breakout here, and then the market has also created a bearish gap over here. If you look at here, see, okay, so see, the market also created a bearish gap over here. It has mitigated the bearish gap, and then it went down. So now the trend has already changed here. Okay, so see here, technically it's uptrend, but if you look at here, this is practically going down, and then it has a change of character. It did not respect the fair value gap and the inducement as well. Okay, so see here, after the change of character, we have to find our inducement. Okay, so if you look at here, we have the lower low here. Okay, below, this is the, okay, what happened? Okay, that's fine. So we have the lower low around here. If we look at properly, so this is the lower low here. Okay, just move up a little bit. So lower low means, confirm means this is the inducement. So this will be our inducement level. After mitigating the inducement, we get our break of structure. Okay, so this is the break of structure here. Okay, so break of structure here. So we can look to the downward direction right now. Okay, so we can look to the downward direction. Okay, so technically it's going in a downtrend now. So technically we have the change of character, so technically it's in a downtrend. Okay, it's in a downtrend. Okay, so see, where will be our order block? If we look at the market, I think this is the pullback here, but this has already been mitigated. Okay, so we also have, this is the major candle, high has been sold. This will be the decisional order block. This is the decisional order block. See, mitigated the decisional order. It has mitigated the decisional order block. Okay, what happened? It is mitigated the decisional order block, and then it's moving down. Okay, then if we look at here, we have where will be our extreme order block. So if we look at here, we have a gap here. Okay, we'll take this as an order block, but this has been already mitigated. This has been already mitigated, I think. Yeah, so this has already been mitigated, so we cannot consider this as an extreme order block. We don't have any either here. So if we look at here, this will only be the extreme order block. Okay, this will be the extreme order block. This will be the extreme order block. Okay, this will be the extreme order block here. Okay, okay, so see, the market is moving, so it has a breakout to this order block. So now technically it's going down, but practically it's going up now. Okay, practically it's going up now. So with the analysis, you can also look for the upper direction as well. So till this extreme order block, so you see, after mitigating this extreme order block, the market try to reverse here. So this is the break of structure level. This is the break of structure. So see, after mitigating this extreme order block, the market started reversing from this level. So if there is any gap around here, you can look to the downward direction here, to the downward direction. So after giving the break of structure, means we confirm our change of character. Okay, change of character. So if we look at here, this will be our change of character here, change of character. Okay, so after break of structure, means we have to find our another inducement again in order to take rate. Okay, so if we look at here, major candle, I did not swipe. Okay, we have here, this is the major candle, lower low. This is the lower low here. Okay, we have the pullback here, so this is our inducement. This is our inducement. So inducement mitigation means we will get the break of structure here. So this is the break of structure here, break of structure, inducement mitigation, break of structure. Okay, so this is the fair value gap. We have the fair value gap right here. This is the fair value gap. Okay, this is the fair value gap. Do we have any order block? Okay, let's see. Okay, we have another pullback here, so pullback. So this will be the order block here. Okay, this will be the decisional order block. This is the decisional order block below the inducement. Okay, okay, so see here, and then if you look at here, there's also another block here. Okay, but see here, if you look at here, this fair value gap did not respect this inducement breakout. This fair value gap did not respect it, and then it is creating a bullish gap here. If you see here, it is creating a bullish gap. It has created a bullish gap. It has mitigated, went up, break out this gap. So the market is indicating that it wants to go up. So technically it's in a downtrend, but now it is practically trying to go up. Okay, trying to go up. So if we look at here, we also have another bullish gap here, and then we also have another bullish gap here. So see, we also have another bullish gap here. This bullish gap has been mitigated. The market went up here. So see, the market is indicating that technically it's non-trend, but it is indicating that the market want to move up. Okay, the market want to move up here. So let's see how the market. Okay, so see here, this order block also not respected. It is, if you see here, it has created another bullish gap here. This bullish gap are respecting, and then this order block did not respect it. It has a breakout, and also it has created a gap, a bullish gap here again, and mitigated, went up. Okay, another bullish gap, went up. So see, the market is indicating that it wants to move to the upper direction. Okay, it wants to move to the upper direction here. Okay, so this is practically going in an upper direction here. So if we look at the, so see, the bearish gap are not respecting, just breaking out. So if we look at the market here, so we have the change of character right here. So see, the change of character has happened here. The change of character has happened here, and then if you look at here, okay, so see, if you look at the market now, see, after the change of character, the market aggressively moves to the upper direction. Okay, so see, I hope you understand what is a technical trend and then the practical trend. Okay, so if you look at here, in this here, technically it is uptrend, but in this area, practically it is downtrend. So now we have the change of character here. We have the change of character here. Now this is technically downtrend, okay. And then in this area, it is practically going up, and then here, so this is technically downtrend. But if you look at here, the bearish gap are not respecting this gap. These are not respecting. It is creating a bullish gap, and then it is respecting the bullish gap, indicating that the market wants to take a U-turn here. So this is practically going up here, and then after practically going up, it has a change of character, and then the market went up. Okay, so you can analyze the market in this way, the technical and then the practical. Okay, so here you can mark your target and then take it to the downward direction here if you have any confirmation gap in this area, because technically it's in the downtrend now, but then it is respecting the bearish gap. Okay, so but then when the market start to disrespect the bearish gap, and then it is started respecting the bullish gap, you can also look to the upper direction. Even though the technical trend is downtrend, but you can go with the practical trend as well if it is respecting the bullish gap. Okay, so that's how you can analyze the technical and the practical trend. So if the market is respecting the bearish gap, then the market wants to go down. If the market is respecting the bullish gap, then the market wants to go up. It is indicating that it wants to go up. Okay, so this is just about the technical and the practical trend. So I won't be showing the examples of taking the trade by using the gaps, but if you want to know more about the targets, then you can watch the other video as well. And this is just about the technical and then the practical trend. Okay, so yeah,